Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited because I'm going to be sharing something with you that is a little different than things I've shared here on the channel before. I am actually going to be staying in a cabin with my family for a couple of days as we are here in the Hot Springs, Arkansas area, and I wanted to share this experience with you. Now this is a very unique situation that you could come and visit as well. KOA Campgrounds have started to offer cabins at many of their properties across the United States, and these cabins have different kinds of amenities, so we found one that not only would work for me and my parents but also for my dog. That's right, they do have dog-friendly properties, and so for a getaway we're going to see what's inside. But before we do, I'm going to show you what it's like to drive into this particular campground and a few of the little facts that you need to know before we go inside. I truly enjoy traveling with my family, but it poses a few challenges, especially whenever we involve the dog. I have a small tiny camper that I travel in about 75% of the year. It's an NV200, it's a van, it's not very big, and it definitely can't hold more than just one person. My dad also has a van, but it's still in the construction phase, so we wanted to look for something that would accommodate our entire family and the family dog. So we looked toward the Hot Springs area where we wanted to adventure and noticed that there was a KOA campground. Now KOAs have over 500 locations across the United States and Canada, and I've stayed in several of them. In fact, in my journeys across the United States, I have found that these have some of the best amenities and definitely would fit the bill for a nice vacation away from home. So as we moved into the office, we noticed that they had putters and golf balls and all sorts of fishing equipment and fun things. But the more we looked around, the more that we realized just how impressive this office store actually was. They had coffee that you could pick up in the K-Cups, and then also they provided firewood, which is very nice because even though we are close to a lot of attractions, a trip to the store is never fun once you're settled in. They have all of these different things just in case you forgot something, and then also you can go outside, pick up some ice, and enjoy the green space. In fact, at this particular location, you'll find an abundance of trees unparalleled to other areas. And we started to become very excited as we moved back toward where we would initially find the cabin. In fact, once we got to the cabin, it was all excitement. I couldn't wait to go inside. So we pulled up to the cabin, and the first thing that I noticed was we have this nice little outdoor table, and as we go inside, Dad's leading the way. We have a porch swing, which we'll probably be checking out in just a few minutes. There are codes on each one of the doors, so this keeps you nice and safe. And into the cabin we go. Okay, so this is the first impression of the cabin. You can see here, this is one of their deluxe cabins. They have a table so we can play games, a television, and then as you kind of move around, this isn't a full kitchen, but it does have a small mini fridge, a microwave, and then also there are just a few basic necessities in here. Now in the main room, we have a queen size bed, and then there's a reading lamp for each side. The linens are not included. You have to either bring your own, or they do actually offer them for rentals. But then there are some hooks here to hang your clothing items, and of course a fire extinguisher, air conditioning, and then some additional hanging area, but there's no hangers involved with this. So this is the first room. So far so good, right? Inside the cabinets we do have some basic dishes, it looks like, so some cups, and it looks like a 3-plate situation, and it looks like there might have been 4 at one point, but we only need 3, so we're fine with that. Down below there's a nice little garbage area. They also do have garbage pickup, so you can put it out in the dumpster right beside the curb and they'll pick everything up, which is nice. In here there's just, again, basic necessities, and then they do allow you to have a few different pieces in here also. But there's also a full bathroom in here, so that's one of the things that we really liked. Even though there is a bathhouse at a KOA, they also have in the cabins bathroom options. Some of them have full baths that have a tub, some of them just have a shower, and some of them are just a cabin where you have to then walk to the bathhouse. But let me show you what this looks like. Okay, so 2 switches right here, a plug, a small sink, and here we are. Hi there, guys. There is a little towel hook, and then as we go in, you'll notice there is a full-size bath and shower in here. And it does have not only good ventilation, but it also has a little window if it gets a little steamy in there. A toilet in here, as well as a trash can, all of your different things that you might need. And again, they do provide basic things, but they do not provide towels unless you rent them. So they do have like the floor mats, but they encourage you to bring your own. So practically speaking, from a person like myself who normally drives around with all my stuff, this is a no-brainer. We brought our own linens anyway, so we're good to go there. Let me kind of show you what the grand room looks like, and then we'll move into where I'm going to be staying. So view from the bathroom toward the front door, and as you can see, there's also a ceiling fan up there for more circulation. There's lights kind of all around. They have shades so you can open them to get a little natural light in. The door has a nice natural light option also. Now the rooms are non-smoking. They have plugs kind of around so you can find lots of places to charge. And right here is something kind of neat. This actually says, please use these rags for cleaning rocks, vehicles, and help us save our towels. So why does it say cleaning rocks? Well, because there's a mine super close to here. In fact, that's part of the reason why we're here, and we'll be sharing that on a different adventure. But you can come back and clean your rocks here, and they give you towels for that. Okay, last but not least, this is my room that I'll be staying in. These are just small bunk beds. I'll be claiming this bottom one, obviously, because I don't want to have to climb up the ladder to go to the top, but this will be a good gear place for us for a couple days. Inside here, I have a couple of places that I can hang things if I need to, and also this is where they keep like the basic cleaning dust and dust brush. Here we go. So lots of plugs in here again. It looks like there's some underbed storage and a window over here, and then also windows for ventilation on both the top and the bottom, it looks like. So all in all, you can see this cabin is large enough for us to all fit in here. There's 3 of us and a dog. And so I can kind of show you the distance here. I can stretch my arm out and I'm basically at the door with this other side. So it's not super huge in this little space, but it does have a door so that I can have some privacy in the night, and I can get a little shut-eye in here while my parents get a shut-eye in the other room. And surprisingly, just by closing this little door, it does deaden the sound quite a bit. So that's cool. So that's gonna work out super, super well. And now it's time for us to move all the stuff in. So I'm going to show you again a little bit more of the campground, and we'll kind of discuss what our thoughts are as we kind of do different things. Okay guys, so when it comes to the bunks, this is about the same size as my van bed. So it's kind of interesting because like literally even the ceiling of this is about the same height if I were to sit up. So this is very similar to me sleeping in my tiny van. The only difference is this little wall cuts in, and so it doesn't quite have the full potential because of this ladder. If this wall kind of was pushed back and that ladder was back just a little bit, it would almost be identically to the same size of my van in here. Maybe a couple inches bigger, but not much. This is actually kind of comfortable. Again, we brought our own linens, so I brought my bedding directly from the van. It fit perfectly. I think the biggest difference is that in my van I have the 8-inch memory foam. This is slightly less, so I could double up the mattresses, but I think I'm gonna be okay. Also, I have one pillow instead of my pillow barrage, and so, you know, it kind of is what it is. But I did bring this extra little lightweight blanket in case it's kind of warm, but I still need something to cover up with. And then I have just a basic sheet, and then of course my main blanket. So all in all, not too shabby here in the cabin. Now another nice thing is because I have these little hooks, I can actually hang my things. So I have like my main bag, my electronics, things off the floor so they're not in the middle of the floor space. And then my bag actually fits really well because the ducts on the floor are for heat. And right now we're definitely not using that, so I could put that right there. Otherwise, there's plenty of room under the bed to store at least 2 bags, or I could put them in the upper bunk. And like for real, this is literally the same height as my van bunk. That's so funny because you know, whenever you see a bunk bed, a lot of people will be like, "Oh no, I'm an adult. I don't need to sleep in that." This is literally the same size as my van bed. I am perfectly happy with this. Okay guys, so we got kind of moved in to the cabin and there's this nice little front porch swing which is very nice. I think we're gonna go play some mini golf in just a few minutes. There is a mini golf, I think, just kind of like right over here. But a few other amenities that they have here are they have the pool, they have the dog park area, they have a playground area. They also have like a little morning grill where you can go over there and get like fresh pancakes, sausage, things like that. We did pack because of the adventure that we're going on, some Mountain House meals so we can have breakfast tacos. So I don't know if we'll stop off there tomorrow, but maybe before we head out. We're only here for a couple of nights, but I'm very excited. This is a nice park. Now, a few things that I would tell you if you're coming to the KOA here outside of the Hot Springs area. If you are in a larger rig, the sites are a little bit more compact and close together. However, they do have sites for larger rigs as well as smaller rigs. So that's kind of important. If you're wanting to stay in one of the cabins, they have a ton of different options. And so whether you're wanting something, like I was saying earlier, where you could just have a cabin for a roof over your head and then use the toilet facilities, or if you're wanting something that is more inclusive like the one that we got, they have tons of different things. And let me show you the listing. This is the listing for the one that we're actually staying in, and I think you can see here the site's super user friendly. Whenever you do book, they ask for you to put about half down if you're staying for 2 nights, and that's pretty standard for a KOA. And overall, that gives you access to all of the amenities. Now, at some of the KOAs, they do have additional fees for certain things. Like for example, here if you want to fish, you have to pay to fish, just because you have to pay for the actual supplies. But they do have a fishing pond here. They also have some hiking trails. Those are absolutely free. So good stuff here at the KOA. And overall, I've stayed at several KOAs across the country, and this one's really nice, guys. This one is definitely kind of getting up there in the niceness because you have beautiful trees everywhere and tons of things to do. So that is a big win in my book. But we're gonna go explore and I'll take you along with me. Okay, time for some mini golf. We're about to have a friendly competition here. It's 18 holes and it's free. It's included in your stay. And you can play as many times as you want. But they do ask that if you're going to play before dark but after the office closes, that you get your stuff before, because otherwise there's no way for you to get it. Also, the pool closes when the office closes, so that's just a good little heads up there, as well as the arcade. The arcade also closes when the office closes. So all of those little things are things to note, but who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? We're about to find out. Okay, so from where we're staying to over here, it's just a short walk, but they do have parking. So if you're kind of further over in the campsite, you can drive over if it's too much, because there's a big hill like right over here. So yeah, just something to note. Okay, a couple things to note. There's a 6-stroke limit on every single hole, and if you need cards, they have them in the office. Otherwise, download the mini golf app and then you can use that to keep up with your score. My dad just started off strong and got a hole in 1. So this isn't looking like a good start for me as a competition. At the same time, game on. And I'll let you guys see kind of what happens somewhere along the line. Okay, so you won that one.
Yes.
Yes, you did, but that means we're gonna have to play again, but we can play unlimited.
All right, I'm ready.
Sadly, I did not win, but I was getting eaten by mosquitoes also, and so I don't mind. I don't mind. We're gonna try this again though, and we'll see if I do any better. She says she's still gonna win. It was really close between my two parents. My mom and my dad were separated by 1. I, on the other hand, did not so great. But it's okay. That's okay. It was still super fun. And really neat little golf course. So now we're gonna walk up the hill and get back to our cabin. And this hill, apparently, from what I saw from a bunch of RVers, it's a little tough on your RV to get it up there if you have a big heavy rig. I don't know, we're in the Jeep, so that wasn't a factor, but I do know that there's some areas as they first turn in that are definitely showing a little wear and tear from the heavy rigs. So just kind of be prepared for that. But they have recently improved the roadway, so there's not like potholes or anything like that. I saw a review saying that there were several. There are not. They're actually pretty decent road. Okay, so these two sites are actually empty, so I wanted to show you what they look like. Each one has electricity, it also has water, and they're pretty long. They have picnic tables and a little fire ring, and then again, the trash pickup is like right by the campsite, and you share it with like one other spot. So this is pretty nice though. And as we drove through, I noticed there's tons of sites. Now we're gonna walk back to the cabin, but Mom and I are actually gonna walk over to the water feature at the pond. Now again, you can fish. They have bait, they have tackle and things like that in the front office. So we're gonna go check out what else they have over at the pond. And I think a trail actually walks by the pond, which is kind of cool also. And then of course here is the pond, and then also the water feature, and then this is the big hill that people talk about that you really need a little bit of get up and go to get up to. You have to go up this way to get to the pool, which is on the right hand side, and then also the office, which is literally right in front of us up this hill. Okay, and now we go this way back toward the cabin, and on the left hand side you'll see like the bathhouse, and then also they have laundry that's available 24 hours a day, so that's kind of nice. Again, the bathhouse has a code, so not everybody can just come in here and use it. You have to actually be staying here in order to get into these things, and I really like that. It just adds a layer of security, because you know, sometimes you go to a campsite and people just can like pull in, and then it doesn't really keep accountability for those who are at the campsite. But with KOA, they're really good about that. And right here you can see that's actually the laundry room. And then also they have Grandpa's Griddle, which is literally right here, which is that place that serves breakfast. And just like that, we're back. So now it's time to go cool off, because it is definitely hot and the air conditioner feels fabulous inside. Okay, we're back from mini golf. It is really hot outside and there were so many mosquitoes, but that's okay, we're fine. And we're having a really good time here at the cabin. And so now I'm about to actually make us some Mountain House meals, because everything closes kind of early in the Hot Springs area during the week. Most of the restaurants we found within like a 5-mile range of where we are all like closing or closed already. So 9 o'clock for most of them, unless you want fast food. And so we just opted to stay in because we've been going all day long. And so it's time for some Mountain House, and then we're just gonna have a game night. I think this will be super fun. So I brought my kettle with me that I use in my van, and I'm just boiling some water. We're going to set up a beef stew, and then also a breakfast skillet, and then we have some tortillas. So we're just gonna make like some tacos that are easy, and then we'll be able to play games while we're having some tacos. You know, I love a good Mountain House because they're super easy to make, but at the same time it's like something that is, you know, versatile. You can do a lot of things with them. So making the little tacos out of them stretches these 2 meals where it's enough for 3 people easily. And then also we have some like dessert stuff. So that'll be great. And we're just gonna settle in because tomorrow we're waking up and then we're going on our adventure. It's nighttime, and as you can see, the porch has a nice light out here. Mom was out here sitting on the porch swing. It is kind of lit up by the little lanterns that you can see, so if you were having to walk around you could easily do that. Looks like everybody's turning in for the night, kind of into their little rigs, and so I think I'm about to do the same. First impressions, I'm really enjoying the cabin. It's really nice. It's small enough but not too small. We each have our own individual space, and so far this is a good stay here at the KOA. Okay, so it's the last day we're in the cabin. We just got back, and the bottom like dropped out of the sky. So yeah, let me show you what it looks like when it rains here. That's kind of crazy, but at least it goes downhill. And so if you're looking at spots, look toward the top of the hill if there's rain in the forecast, because otherwise it's kind of looking like a little lake over by that cabin on the end over there. It does feel pretty nice under the porch though while it's raining. You have nice coverage, you can enjoy the rain, it smells delightful. Yeah, this has been a good stay here. I hope this video is helpful to you guys as you're kind of looking in the Hot Springs area, or if you're interested in a KOA and have never stayed at one before, because there's a lot of different options. You know, on my channel a lot of times I talk about van life, But in all reality, there's no one way to travel, and sometimes if you want to go to a location with like family, the van isn't necessarily the best experience because it can't facilitate everyone. And so I wanted to share this unique experience with you guys. And if you happen to have found this video as you're looking for the Hot Springs KOA, I hope that this is also helpful to you, as you can see some of the amenities and things that they have going on here. I've truly enjoyed my stay, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed coming along. Remember guys, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. Till next time guys, bye!